Okay, back again. We're gonna weld those grooves back. So there you can see the indented cuts from cutting that block off. And over here, same thing, some pretty deep grooves here. So I'm just gonna weld these full of filler material, and I'm gonna leave them bumped up. I'm not gonna grind it back flush because that would be too much work. I'm just concerned that the groove might make a crack or make it break off or leak oil right there. So that's the reason for doing this extra step, extra work. It's a lot of work putting this axle in. I'm going to try to do the welding at an angle so you can see what I'm doing instead of just see my back. So I think I can. Might be tricky, but and anyone who saw my other videos probably knows already. This is a 7014 rod. And it might be written on here somewhere. It is, but it's too fuzzy to read. But that's my favorite rod. I use it for everything. And I only use two sizes. This part here, it measures 1/8 inch. There's another one slightly thinner, the 3/32. So this steel is thicker than 1/8 inch, so I'm going to use the 1/8 inch rod. Need more power. 220 amps now. Okay. I just realized you probably can't see the slag being hammered off from over here, back here. So let's take a closer look. Yeah, so after you weld, you knock your slag off. This one I knocked it off already. This one not yet. But see, there you go. Look how easy that comes off. You don't have to just hammer and hammer and hammer and hammer. So that lets you know that that's a good job. Hopefully this is focusing okay. You can see a little bit of the original weld here, but this groove is all filled. And this groove is also filled. So this side's done. This side is almost done. There's a little bit more here. It's difficult to reach this way being left-handed, so I'm thinking I need to rotate this, because I try to weld in the flat position. You know, there's flat, then, you know, if there was a wall here, there would be horizontal, and then vertical up, and then overhead if there's two pieces. But anyway, with flat, the gravity will put the liquid molten steel better into the groove. So just turn this a little bit, hopefully that's good enough, and then we'll weld in that groove. Yeah, here you can see, maybe you can see 225 amps, but that's just because I've got a long extension cord. Normally 200 or 210 would be okay. Oh, and earlier I just used the screwdriver to get this hubcap, I guess you'd call it, off. Alright. Oh, something else interesting I just thought of. This car, this 1949 Packard, my oldest grandpa had a car kind of just like this, almost. Well, his was a Packard, and his was a four-door, but his was a 37. This is a 49, so, you know, it looked different, but Packard is a rugged, good quality brand. You can actually, they made some videos. I think they were maybe in Ohio or something, but you know, they bankrupted in 1954. So I guess the last Packard you can get is or the newest Packard you can get is the 1954 model. It looks a little bit like or maybe it's 56 or something. Anyway, but the last Packard, it looks a little bit like the fancy Bel Air Chevys from that time. But at least I think so. But I was looking at this fender here, and it's since the tire tucks up inside the fender. I don't know what you call that exactly. Maybe that's called a grandmother fender, I think. Not sure. See, that one's got more space. You can get the tire off easy, but the tire tucks in. And since we're going to use the modern tire, it might be better anyway to put it axle underleaf spring, because we're going to have a radial tire, and the radial tire is wider than these, about 4-inch wide tires. I think these are 14-inch wheels, and I think these wheels are 5 lug nut on a 5-inch bolt circle. So I think I have some more wheels over there in the junk wheel pile that I can use that take a modern radial tire. So I'll try not to use these. They're very expensive. I think they're probably close to, maybe not quite $200 each, but that's way too much because you have to buy the tire and the inner tube, and I don't want to do that, I don't think. But anyway, back to what we were doing. Do that last little weld. Maybe we can get a close-up, sort of, without burning the lens with slag. Sticker's on fire. Hooray! Now, after all that hard work, we can finally put it in the car. Hopefully. Hopefully there'll be no more setbacks. Ugh. Almost done. This is the wrong side. Oh. Well, I don't know. Okay, well, this is taking a while, so I'm going to make another video later on showing you how to put it in. But basically, I'm trying to line up those holes in those pads to the center bolt and the leaf spring there. And then these bolts are really rusted, but I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to put some oil on it, and maybe that's good enough. So